Hi, I'm Didi Haman, and you're listening to SAFM Sports Special.
You certainly are, and we'll be until 7 this evening on South Africa's news and information leader. We're about 10 minutes away from matches to kick off in the German Bundesliga, and 5 p.m. is when it all kicks off in the English Premier League. We've got a host of matches that you should find mouth-watering. Arsenal versus Fulham, Everton versus Sunderland, as well as Southampton up against Swansea. A bit of a bottom-of-the-table scrap there. Just to check in quickly on the PSL, 2 matches that are currently playing themselves out. Our feature match for the day at what would have been a David and Goliath battle, Pretoria Amatax University versus Mamelodi Sundowns. David and Goliath battle maybe 6 months ago, but now the tables have turned and it's 1-1 between Amatax and Downs. And the other match on the go, Platinum Stars versus Bidvest Wits, 1 goal apiece as well. That's at half time. We'll check in with all of the action a little bit later on in the program, but it's my pleasure now to chat to renowned sporting personality Cynthia Chaka, as well as the man that was at the forefront of South African cricket for many, Dr. Ali Bacher. They're joined by Discovery CEO Dr. Jonathan Broomberg about the Sports Hero Walk Against AIDS 2012. Thank you once again for coming in and joining us on SAFM Sports Special this weekend.
Thank you so much, Nick. It's really wonderful to be back here at SAFM. Discovery Health Sport Heroes has always enjoyed a wonderful support from the station and its listeners, and we are very happy to be here again.
Well, I must say, I've looked forward to eventually meeting you, Dr. Bacher. It's good to see that you're still allowing your time to be spent promoting such great initiatives as the Sports Hero Walk Against AIDS 2012. And I'll let our Discovery CEO, Dr. Jonathan Broomberg, jump in after you. But why have you decided to put your name behind this initiative?
Well, firstly, I'm chairman of an NGO called Right to Care, and we specialise in HIV/AIDS work. We're probably the biggest in this country, NGO. We are sponsored by USAID, so it's a very big NGO. We probably do testing around the country of over 300,000 people per year. And I've known Cynthia for many years, mainly in sport, with SATV. And then it came to our knowledge about 5 years ago of the extraordinary work she does with her walk once a year through rural communities, motivating people, educating them about HIV/AIDS. And what we've done the last few years is that we've sent our nurses to go with Cynthia on her walk to counsel people in the rural community, to test them, and where necessary to treat them for HIV. So it's a wonderful project of Cynthia. In many ways, it's missionary work. I mean, she's been doing this for 11 years, extraordinary work. And we're very happy that during the past 2 years, we've received tremendous support from Discovery. And Jonathan's here, and he can tell you their support. And just to launch this wonderful event, which is driven by Cynthia and her team, once a year we have a very big function, probably the end of October, November each year, to launch this event. And it's very much the sporting event. We invite sporting heroes, past and present, to come and support this function. It's also fundraising. Again, it's supported by Discovery. And we've had legendary people like Sion Botham, Ricky Ponting, Oscar, Mark Boucher, Natalie Dutour. They all come to support this event. And I can honestly say that not one high-profile sporting personality has ever said no. And if they said no, it's only because they've got a previous engagement. So there's wonderful support now in the sporting community of country for this extraordinary event, and I think Cynthia should tell your listeners more where she's going on this particular occasion, the Eastern Cape, and give an idea exactly where she goes and to which community she reaches out to.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a moment. This year's journey starting the 18th of November and starts at Sterkspruit in the Eastern Cape, ending up in Mthatha on World AIDS Day on the 1st of December 2012. Just to get a bit of feedback from you, CEO of Discovery Health, the main sponsors behind this event, Dr. Jonathan Broomberg, it must be such a heartwarming experience to see these big names in sport really so easily put their names behind the Heroes Walk Against AIDS, because it is such a heartwarming initiative.
I think it is, and thanks for the opportunity to join Ali and Cynthia on the show. I think from our point of view, one of the biggest health challenges in the country is HIV and AIDS. We have the largest threat of that disease and impact of any country in the world. And one of the biggest challenges within HIV and AIDS is stigma. And so the brilliance of this idea and Cynthia's inspiration here is taking heroes in the community, and no heroes are bigger than our sports heroes to us South Africans, associating them with this walk, with the cause of making people comfortable to talk about their status, of just, in a sense, removing the stigma. So when we saw this, it took us, as Cynthia and Ali knows, all of about 90 seconds to decide that this was something Discovery Health should very strongly support. And I must say we've been just absolutely delighted with the partnership over the last 2 years.
Well, just to bring you up to speed, if you've just joined us, you're on SAFM Sports Special on FM 104 to 107. We're chatting about the Discovery Health Sports Hero Walk Against AIDS 2012. With us in studio, we've got the organizer and walker, renowned sporting personality Cynthia Tshaka. Dr. Ali Bacher has been at the forefront of sport in South Africa for so many decades. And on the line, Discovery CEO Dr. Jonathan Ruimberg. So as I mentioned, Cynthia, you've got the route taking you from Sterkspruit in the Eastern Cape all the way to Mthatha, 2-week journey. And what I like about it is that, it's not a case of people just putting their name behind something. Not a case of people just, use my name to make money for a good cause. People are going out there, and for lack of a better phrase, walking the talk.
Definitely, Nick. And just before I delve into why we're here today, I'd like to take this opportunity, with your permission, and congratulate Banyana for really going to the finals of the Women's AFCON. It's the first time that we can beat Nigeria. I'm sure I'm one of the South Africans. When we were meeting Nigeria in the semi-finals, we all thought, okay, that's that. We've done it. We can come home now. So I just think, it is a great opportunity to take this opportunity to say, South Africa, well done for supporting them. They made history in the Olympics, and now we are making history again. And I want to say we are going to win it. It's coming home this time around. So
halala, Banyana, halala.
So coming back to the point, and of course, it is very, very crucial for us, Nick, to say, when you get involved in an initiative like this, we are really saying we are using sport as a tool to change people's lives. I mean, our former president, Nelson Mandela, put it so well, when he was launching the Laureus World Sport Awards in 2000 in Monaco, where he said that sport has the power to change the world. It has the power to inspire. It has the power to give hope where there was nothing before. And we are taking those words of our former state president and saying that we are going to put them into action by going to the rural areas and doing all these different sporting clinics and testing. I am very happy to say that while Right to Care, they are testing plus minus 4,000 people right through the year. In this walk, in these 2 weeks, we do test plus minus 1,400 people, because the cues that you would see, because we are testing in an environment that is sporty, in an environment that is stigma-free, because we are of the opinion that people are not dying because they are HIV infected. They are dying because of the stigma of being HIV infected and of being scared to know that they are HIV infected. And also people are dying because there is a lack of information that is going out there regarding the management of HIV and AIDS. We are saying, as Discovery Health Sport Heroes Walk Against AIDS, HIV is like any other chronic illness, and we would like South Africa and the world to take it as such, because if you do not take care of your diabetic, you will die. If you do not take care of your hypertension and so forth, you will die. And as well as if you do not take care of your HIV status, if you are infected, you will die. But if you do take your ARVs, like we've seen in one of our patrons, Justice Edwin Cameron, he's been living with HIV for the last 26 years. So there are huge opportunities, because you don't get attacked by opportunistic diseases if you take your ARVs when you start showing symptoms of being sick. As we know in South Africa, we are saying 350 and below, you need to take ARVs. But there's a growing concern right all over the world that says even if your CD4 count is 500, you need to start considering taking ARVs, because you want to prevent those opportunistic diseases from attacking the body, and therefore you can live longer.
Yeah, Cynthia, that's such an important thing about changing the stigma. And I suppose with each and every big name that you involve in initiatives like the Sports Hero Walk Against AIDS every single year, and any other initiative whatsoever which has to do with raising awareness and fighting this horrible scourge that affects the whole world, it just makes it that much easier when you see people that you see all over your TVs, all over the media, acting like it's nothing. It's just another disease like cancer, diabetes, hypertension, like you say.
Definitely. I mean, I'm very happy to say, because of Dr. Jonathan Broombeck and Discovery, and of course the CEO of Discovery, Adrian Gore, we were able to invite Chad, who is now the sports person in South Africa, and of course our legendary and one of our most renowned cricketer, Mark Boucher. They flew them down here to Johannesburg to make sure that they come and be part of this initiative. And really, Viane Bungu, Dingan Tobela, Max Maponyane, Noko Matlo, Amanda Dlamini, Ashwin Willemse. I mean, the names of the sport heroes who are seen to be part. Hendrik Mokanyete, 400-meter record holder. The people who are involved in sport heroes, again, as you are saying, we want to show South Africa that this is just a disease that needs to be taken care of, and you don't have to be scared. You will not get it just by looking at Nick, if Nick is HIV infected.
You were saying, Dr. Bacher.
Yeah, just my only last comment here. I think Cynthia is speaking with such medical proficiency that I think I'm going to phone our CEO, Professor Yenzani, and get a job at Right to Care. But she mentioned Edward Cameron, Justice Edward. You know, he's really a great South African, and he's, I would say, almost the patron of Cynthia's project. And he comes once a year, and he's an orator. And when he gets up to speak, nobody says a word. And he speaks from the heart of his personal experience. And he is a great example for all South Africans what should be done if you do have the virus.
I'm going to let the CEO of Discovery Health jump in there, Dr. Jonathan Broombeck. You head up one of the largest health organizations on the continent, one of the largest in the world. Tell us, in your opinion, in your experience, why is there this stigma? Why are we still fighting such silly battles in the fight against AIDS?
It's a great question, and I don't have a simple answer, but I will say you were talking about cancer earlier and saying, why can't people just think of it like cancer? You know that not many years ago, cancer was stigmatized as well. It was, people were very hush-hush, you know, you didn't want to talk about it if someone in the family had cancer. So, you know, it's not very obvious. I think that the stigma does arise from the time when people understood that this disease to be a death sentence, that it was kind of, you know, you were almost cursed if you had it because you were the walking dead. And I think that with ARVs now everywhere, and with people living with this for decades, I believe it will start to change, and it is starting to change. And certainly in other countries, the stigma is starting to fade away. And I think it's through work like this that Cynthia is leading, and we need much more of it. I think within a few years we will be able to talk about HIV just like we do diabetes or high blood pressure.
I certainly hope we can. Well, Cynthia, wrapping things up, tell us exactly what you'll be doing along the way, how people can get involved in this great journey that you guys make, and your plans for the future, because it's not only 1 year, it's an ongoing battle.
It is an ongoing battle, Nick, and of course with the support that we get from Discovery Health, and of course from Budget, from Sasol, from also from SASCOC, it is imperative that this kind of work, as you rightfully say, we know that it's an everyday thing. It is not just something that you can go in, lend your 5 minutes, take photos with the poor, sick, rural people, but you need to be committed, because information and the steps that are being taken by our medical professions, it's ever changing. Now we are talking about a possibility of having a vaccine. 10 years down the line, everybody was like, no, that will never happen. So it is very important for people in our communities, even if you are not HIV infected, to make it your business to know more about the disease so that you can be able to help somebody. It could be in your family, it could be a friend, it could be at church, it could be at work, it could be all these other societal organizations that we get involved in, you could be able to help. So we are going out there every day, Nick. We will be running or walking those kilometers. I mean, I'm walking with big guns like William Tola, Josiah Tugan. I mean, they can just say, oh, okay, Cynthia, today I'll do 30 kilometers. I'm like, yes, I can only do 2 kilometers today then. So, with those kind of guys, we do actually walk the kilometers from point A to point B. Once we get to point B, then we have the sporting clinics. That is where all the HIV testing is happening. But also, most importantly, we have partnered with government on the local level to say, we want you to bring your health activities as well, so that we can do what is known in the health environment, overall health screening. So that day, Cynthia can be told that she's prone to be diabetic, so that she can know well in advance before she's actually sick. So we are using this platform, we are using Discovery Health Sport Heroes to bring those services to the people and to give the people information that it's not only about HIV and AIDS. I mean, Discovery, it rewards people who go to gym. It rewards people who are healthy. So it's not a company that wants to take your money because you're sick and then you can pay more and then the premiums go up. But if you actually go to gym and you are not sick, you get the rewards back. So that is why we are so thrilled and so happy about this partnership, because they are really a company that is proving that really through sport, everything and anything is possible. So we are actually looking forward, and also we are doing this walk, Nick, in memory of Zitulele Singqi. You'll remember him. He's our legend marathon runner, and he was part of this project from inception. He died last year in a car accident, and now will be ending in his hometown, Mthatha. And SASCOC have said, you know what, Cynthia? Because this was an Olympic year, we want to join Discovery Health Sport Heroes in Mthatha. Who knows? Maybe they might bring Chad down there. They might bring Oscar. But what I'm happy about that, come 1st December, World AIDS Day, it's going to be one beautiful day where sporting people are saying no more stigma regarding HIV and AIDS.
Filled with such warmth in my heart I am. I'll put up those details of this initiative, the Discovery Health Sports Heroes Walk Against AIDS 2012 on our Twitter feed, SAFMSS. I'll find out more there. Get involved. More importantly, fight that stigma. Go out, get yourself tested. And at the end of the day, everybody needs to realize that AIDS and HIV is not the end of the world. With us in studio, renowned sporting personality Cynthia Chaka, chatting to us about this initiative that she's intrinsically involved in. We've also been chatting to Discovery CEO Dr. Jonathan Broomberg. And as a parting shot, Dr. Ali Bacher, I've got to ask you, Proteas in Australia, you got such fond memories. You were one of the very first Proteas teams to go out and beat the Aussies. How do you think we're measuring up now? I mean, there's so much at stake here. We've got our former coach, Mickey Arthur, in the mix there for the Australians. Can we do it? Are we going to do it?
No, we'll beat Australia. There's one very simple reason. This is our best test team since readmission in 1991. And there's one reason why. Of our top 6 batsmen, 4 are world class. Graham Smith, Hashim Amla, Jacques Kallis and A.B. de Villiers. All 4 of them are averaging in test cricket over 49. And that's unheard of in the history of South African cricket. And even the great 1970 team that I captained, I don't think there were 4 batsmen. I mean, we had the legendary Graham Pollock, Barry Richards, who had test averages over 50. So this is where our strength is. People talk about our bowling side. Our bowling side's terrific, but the difference here is our batting, and I have every confidence that we'll beat Australia.
Well, we'll leave it at that. Absolute pleasure having you with us in studio, and good luck for that great journey you guys are going to make. Discovery Health Sports Hero Walk Against AIDS 2012. Look on our Twitter feed, SAFMSS. Find out more information there.